The video you're about to watch is actually a small excerpt from a much longer video I did a while back, basically entitled, "Why Didn't They Tell Me That Before My Transplant?" If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below, or maybe even consider going over and watching the entire video in its context. I promise you there's a ton of information there that you'll want. Here's another one here. This comes from Nikki Schultz. How the recovery is different from a regular open heart surgery. Now, Jennifer comes in and says, "Can you explain that?" Nikki adds, "Transplant was my 5th open heart surgery." Wow. And the recovery from transplant was way, you talk like me, Nikki, way longer and tougher. Not only are you recovering from the surgery, but from the drugs, the ICU delirium, which, by the way, that one is going to be a trigger in a moment. ICU delirium, that's very common. And the way your body has to learn to operate with your new heart. I love my new heart, but the journey after surgery was very rough. Used another very in there, Nikki. But yeah, that is the case. Now, no open heart surgery is a walk in the park, okay? It's not a bed of roses, but transplant's different because you are healing. There's so much healing going on. I've told this story before that 3 weeks after my transplant, I came over into my one of my follow-up appointments. I was complaining 3 weeks in. I was complaining to my transplant doctors that I didn't feel well. I was having trouble, and I was just frustrated. He said, "Jim, you were sick for 30 years. It's been 3 weeks, and you expect to be all better." There's so much. There's a lot of trauma, really, that's going on in your body, both physically, emotionally, which we'll get to some of that in a moment. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of healing that goes on that takes a ton of energy out of you. Just about every wink of sleep, every bite of food that you take goes 100% to that area to heal and to recover. And it's just a lot. There's a lot to deal with. On top of mentioned here, the medications and all that were a part of that. Yeah, that can be very tough.